What's up, everybody? It's Gary, your favorite YouTuber. I am currently at O'Hare Airport right now, and I am getting ready to take off to Vancouver, Canada on a special assignment, an investigation, going up into Smithers, Canada. Got quite an exciting trip planned. We're going to be taking a look at some of the national security infrastructure with relationship to President Trump's mining initiative, and profiling one of the companies that is spearheading that in North America, so that the United States is no longer reliant on Chinese minerals. If you recall, when President Trump decided that he was going to issue some tariffs against China, China said, well, you go ahead and issue those tariffs, well, we're going to cut off your precious minerals. President Trump just recently signed an executive order and initiated a massive summit spearheaded by Marco Rubio and Vice President Vance to create a trading bloc so that they can have an alliance against the monopoly, if you will, that China and Russia have over critical minerals. So this is the first investigative, on the ground, boots on the ground investigation into the execution of a company that's working towards that goal. So I'm rather excited to be able to be a part of this, and I will keep you posted. It's going to be an exciting trip. Weather is supposed to be excruciatingly cold, and -5, -30 degrees. So I've got enough cold weather gear here, and I'm going to meet the team, the drill teams that are behind some of these new discoveries that are taking place in the region that is, I guess, north of Smithers, Canada. So we'll be taking a helicopter into the wilderness of Canada and doing some on-the-ground investigative work, checking out the drill sites, understanding the refining process, the distribution process, and how this all factors into President Trump's agenda to make minerals great again in the United States. So this is a real-life, real exercise to investigate how these companies are executing on the executive order and the mandate from the Trump administration. So buckle up. This is just a preview. I'm about to take off from O'Hare, head to Vancouver. Should be there in a couple hours. We're going to be there all week. So it's going to be interesting because we've got a lot of ground to cover. Traveling to Vancouver, then traveling to Smithers on a regional jet, and then getting in a helicopter to navigate the wilderness into the drill site, a remote drill site. So very exciting stuff. The company is Vizsla Copper. I'm also going to be meeting with the folks from Saga Metals as well, all organized by one of our supporters at Capitalize. So exciting time ahead. Real momentum happening in the effort to preserve and restore American and domestic North American mining rights in the United States, to free us from the bonds of Chinese mineral blackmail, if you will. So President Trump definitely, he understood that when he did launch that tariff initiation, what would happen when China said, no, you can do it, but we're gonna counter back. So President Trump is shoring up that national security resource so that we can't be held over a barrel if there's a supply chain disruption. If you recall what happened during COVID, COVID was a massive supply chain disruption. But that pales in comparison to if China or Russia or Azerbaijan or Kazakhstan decide to hold up on their mineral commitments to the United States because these minerals we're talking about fuel the national defense industry, the fighter jets, the missile guidance systems, the satellites, all the things that protect our nation. And if China was to go ahead and just turn off that spigot, we would be in big, big trouble. So President Trump recognizes that blind spot, and I'm going to be on the ground investigating and reaffirming how these companies are executing on that vision. So stay tuned. This is only part one of this on-the-ground investigative mission to Vancouver, British Columbia, to investigate these mining companies and their executable commitment to President Trump's vision to make mining great again. So I'll keep you posted.